Darling, when's the last time you went out to eat and knew that one of the people in the group of friends was not going to be paying for themselves? You were going to have to cover them. The group was going to have to cover them. When was the last time that happened and you let the freeloader pick the restaurant in order for everyone? When is the last time that happened? Has that ever happened? It's never happened. You want to know why? Because you don't ask the person who's not footing the bill to pick the restaurant and order whatever they want. Yet somehow that's what happened with the government. A bunch of people voted to put the main folks who do not pay the bill, the folks who do not pay into the pot, the reins. They are now holding the wallet. They are picking the restaurant. They are ordering for everyone. And guess what? They're ordering the best of the best for themselves. They are getting the 5-course meal. They want the lobster. They want the champagne. They want the vintage, darling. They want the full service. And you know what we get? We get the leftover cold fries, if that's left after it's done, and we're paying for it. The steeple people whose organizations do not pay taxes. Imagine the money we could bring in if we just tax those organizations, but we don't. Instead, they took their money and put it into politics. And now we have a taxpayer-funded faith office. Now the State Department is telling its employees to tattle on each other for non-faith bias. And that's just the beginning, darling. Just wait. They're just getting started. I come from steeple people world. I know how bad it's about to get if y'all don't stop these people. The amount of cruelty and control, you have no idea. These are criminals that now think of themselves as better than everyone else. And you see how the stench is just vengeance on everyone? That's all of them. That's all of them. The other people that have control of which restaurant and what dishes we're all eating are the billionaires and the corporations. Again, another group that if we just taxed them appropriately, we wouldn't have any problems at all. But they too have decided that we don't need things like school or health care or anything. We don't need anything. We should just work and suffer and keep ourselves out. We don't need food. We don't need clothes, but we should have more kids. No healthcare. No healthcare, no childcare, no schools, but have more babies. Maybe we'll give you an award or something if you have more babies because we need more workers to profit off of. Okay? They're picking the restaurant. They're picking the dishes. And again, we're paying the bill. While they are eating lobster and steak and champagne and we're getting their cold leftovers. Darling, I'm saying this to incentivize the alabaster accomplices that need a little extra to kick it up a notch, to start getting ready to get their hands dirty, because this team of let them eat cake have zero intention of stepping down, stepping away. They're not leaving voluntarily, and they have no intention of being voted out either. Okay? They have hooked into a cash cow. These are people who bankrupt things and then just go on to the next, except for this is a country and all of our lives. So they're about to do the same, except for you can't just claim bankruptcy. What are they going to do when everything's done and there's nothing else to take? They have all the money in the world. What about you and me? We'll have nothing left. Okay? So I'm just pointing these things out, darling. Just pointing these things out because the steeple people especially, that is why that party leaned into them. Okay? They leaned into the lowly educated because, yeah, they believe whatever. Okay? And then they lead into the steeple people who no longer read their Bible. Okay? Otherwise, they would know that the pastor who wants them on auto tithe is someone that their own Jebas would not like. He's not a fan of merchandise and capitalism and everybody pay up. I'm quite sure he wasn't charging for his sermons. I'm pretty sure he was quasi homeless. So again, very opposite from what these people are all about. These people are all about control and cruelty for the sake of cruelty. And they are now picking the restaurant and the dishes while we pay the bill. Okay, you've seen the interviews of people that are on college campuses, educated people, because they do exist, the demographic of folks who know better, but put their faith above facts. And they go, well, I don't know what he's doing and I don't agree with it, but my pulpit told me that I need to vote along with my beliefs and that party signs up with my beliefs. So it doesn't matter who the candidate is. I'm going with faith. That's why they tapped into them. That's why, if you notice, this administration this time around is extra leaning on them, extra prayers, extra he is risen, extra crosses in the windows. Why? Because he knows as long as you say the safe words, as long as you show the symbols, the steeple people follow blindly right on over. Yep, to the point where it even goes over what they know to be true. Yeah, I know that's true, but my faith. All right. Just pointing out that those are the people who are picking the restaurant and picking the dishes that we are paying for when they have the money to do it. They have more than we do. And they've got a bunch of two-teethers convinced that they can be trusted with everyone else's money because they already have so much. Okay? Good. Glad we had this chat.